Hello, check, check. Am I clear and audible to everyone? Yeah. We're going to start in a minute. We were waiting for a few more people who told us they're on their way. So please, a minute more. I'll begin. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the award presentation ceremony of the Maya Kamath Memorial International Cartoon Contest 2026. I'm Sandhya, Maya's daughter-in-law. In March this year, Maya turned 75. And on this momentous occasion, we decided to do an event. And we gather today to commemorate the legacy of Maya Kamath, pioneering woman cartoonist. Organized by the Indian Institute of Cartoonists and supported by the Maya Kamath Memorial Award and Barton, today is a celebration of sharp wit, deep intellect, and the enduring power of satire. To begin our proceedings, I request our respected guests to kindly step onto the stage for the formal lighting of the lamp. I'd like to invite them in the order. Mr. Balan Nambiar, Dr. C.S. Lakshmi, Mr. Bharat Mehta, Mr. Sandeep Advaryu, and Mr. Amarnath Kamath. Thank you, everyone. I request you to take your seats back. I think, I know, better to, yeah, better you can sit back there. Mr. Bharat, I think better you can sit back. You can go back to your seat, yeah. There. Thank you, everyone. Now, to formally set the context for today's celebrations, I invite a stalwart defender and promoter of cartooning in India, Mr. V.G. Narendra, Managing Trustee of the Indian Institute of Cartoonists, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning. I would like to accord hearty welcome to Mr. Balan Nambiyar, noted artist and sculptor. I would like to accord hearty welcome to Sandeep Advairyu, Chief Cartoonist, Times of India. I would like to accord hearty welcome to Mr. Subhani, Cartoon Editor, Deccan Chronicle. I would like to heartily welcome Dr. C.S. Lakshmi, Director, Sparrow, Sound and Picture Archives for Research on Women. I also heartily welcome Sri Amarnath Kamath, Trustee, MKM Awards, Sri Bharat Mehta, Chairman and Managing Director, Barton Silver. A hearty welcome to media persons, cartoonists, and cartoon enthusiasts. Today, IIC has reached a new milestone. We are celebrating 75th birth anniversary of Maya Kamath, prize distribution ceremony of MKMA International Cartoon Contest 2026, and the presentation of Barton Award to the eminent cartoonist Sri Subhani. I first met Maya Kamath in 1997. I was the president of Karnataka Cartoonists Association. We were organizing a national level cartoon conference. Maya Kamath helped us in all the way to make it a success. Chief Minister J.H. Patel inaugurated that event, and Mr. Ranga, another well-known cartoonist from Delhi, was the chief guest, and our own well-known cartoonist of Deccan Herald, Mr. B.B. Ramamurthy has been felicitated with Lifetime Achievement Award on that event. Once, Chief Cartoonist of Indian Express had come to Bangalore. Maya Kamath invited us to her residence. Then I took Mr. Unni to her residence. We had a useful discussions at her house. And later, Maya Kamath accompanied us to Hyderabad on the invitation of Andhra Pradesh cartoonists, they had organized a national level conference in Hyderabad. We went together. At the same time, we were planning to establish an institute for cartoonists, and Maya Kamath was the first person to support the idea and asked us to go ahead. But alas, when we registered it and the inauguration was done, she was no more. We had lost an iconic woman cartoonist. It was a great loss to the field of cartooning. When we established the Indian Cartoon Gallery in 2007, Sri Amarnath Kamath came forward to establish an award in her name. So on 1st of January 2009, we announced the first Maya Kamath Memorial Awards for excellence in cartooning. The jury was formed with Sri Girish Karnad as head and S.G. Vasudev and Keshav, Hindu cartoonist, were the members. Later we included Satish Acharya in it. Our own Gujarappa was also a part of the jury. To the first cartoon contest, Maya Kamath Memorial Contest, we had received 60 to 70 entries from Indian cartoonists. But there was a surprise entry from Pakistan. That was Muhammad Jahoor. The jury members adjudged Muhammad Jahoor's work as a special jury appreciation award. In the second year, when we announced Muhammad Jahoor got second prize. In the fourth year, Muhammad Jahoor got first prize. He wanted to come to Bangalore to receive the award, but could not get visa from the Pakistan government. And we started getting more and more foreign cartoonists then afterwards, and it became an international event. We started organizing foreign cartoon exhibitions first and Indian cartoon exhibitions later. We invited the prize winners to Bangalore to receive the awards. We gave them traveling allowances. We arranged their hotel arrangements, accommodation. In all, the Maya Kamath contest kept us busy for 7 to 8 months from January to August. This went on for 14 years. We gave away 1 lakh cash prizes. At the end, later on, Mr. Amarnath Kamath came forward to increase it to 1,25,000 rupees. So in this way, Maya Kamath Memorial Award, the contest will be written in the golden letters in the field of cartooning. The name of Maya Kamath will live forever among the world cartoonists. This year, Mr. Amarnath Kamath has come forward to organize a mega cartoon exhibition. We have received a record number of entries, that's 534 from all over the world. About 1,080 cartoons were there, and the jury members, Mr. Balan Nambiar, Gurdas Shadai, Nupur Basu, Sandhya Kumar, and Gujarappa. I thank them all who have selected best cartoons for 13 best cartoons for the awards. Today we have Another prestigious event at this function, the Barton Award presentation. Thanks to Sri Bharat Mehta for establishing this award. The first award was given to the Times of India cartoonist Mr. Ajit Nainan. Second award was given to Hindustan Times cartoonist Sri Jayanto Banerjee. Third one and fourth one, they were given to Hindu cartoonist Mr. Keshav and Surendra. And this year, we are presenting it to the Mr. Subhani, cartoon editor, Deccan Chronicle. You will be very happy to know that he is the longest serving cartoonist in India in a newspaper. 40 years he has served Deccan Chronicle, and he has published recently a collection of cartoons selected from all his 40 years. Along with this event, an exhibition of 150 foreign cartoons has been opened at our cartoon gallery on MG Road. That will be open to public till 27th of June. Once again, I would like to thank Sri Amarnath Kamath and Mr. Bharat Mehta for their support of the Indian Institute of Cartoonists. Thank you all. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Narendra. Thank you. Maya Kamath's lines were not just drawings. They were mirror images of contemporary political and social realities. Looking back at her legacy, we have a short film in the voice of our daughter Yamini. I request Naganath team to kindly roll the video and to also switch off. Yes, thank you. I have two more announcements. Is if everyone can switch off their cell phones. And there's also a live telecast of this program that's being made. I think a lot of people have already have the link to that. Yeah, thank you.
I never met my grandmother, but I love saying her name out loud, Maya. I hear other people say it too. They say things like, Maya would have made a cartoon about this, or this is Maya's recipe. Sometimes they say it and laugh. At other times, they say it very softly, like they miss her. I wonder to myself, can you miss someone you have never met? People tell me I have her smile, her big gummy smile. I used to think that that was the only thing we shared. So I'd smile at her photos, imagining she was smiling back. Then, one day, I saw her cartoons. We have a book full of them at home. Some were funny, some were serious, some were clearly about my dad's boyhood antics. And I would have loved to tell Maya that in some ways her son has not changed a bit. Maya's drawings did not have too many lines, just the right ones. Like, she never wasted a line. When something funny happened at home, I would run to my parents and say, Maya did a cartoon like this. Water shortages, there was a cartoon for that. Textbooks being changed, one for that too. My favorite was one of plants growing out of a young boy's ears. I asked my dad if that had ever happened to him. His no was not very convincing. How can you know someone you've never met? Can you miss someone you don't know? One day, I was drawing something. Well, nothing in particular. I just started with one line, then another, and suddenly there was a little face, a little joke. Someone looking very serious when they were actually being very silly. I looked at it, surprised. Like my hand knew something before I did, and I wondered, do lines get passed down like bangles and books? Maybe they hide inside you. Maybe they wait. Maybe they come out when you are ready. I never met my grandmother, but I know her name. I share her smile, maybe even her lines. I feel like maybe I've known her all along. Not like those who met her did, but enough.
Thank you, Yamini and Nandan. We have a shy Yamini. You can meet her later. So thank you, Yamini and Nandan, for that very moving tribute to Maya's legacy in the public and what unknowingly seems to continue in her grandchildren. The International Maya Kamath has grown to become a beacon for cartoonists across the globe, celebrating fresh talent, seasoned political commentators alike. To tell us more about the history, evolution, and global footprint of this year's entries, I invite Mr. Amarnath Kamath to deliver the introductory address.
Thank you, Sandhya. Distinguished guests, respected cartoonists, members of the Indian Institute of Cartoonists, ladies and gentlemen, my warm greetings to all of you. It is both a privilege and an emotional moment for me to be present here today as we commemorate the 75th birth anniversary of Maya Kamath and celebrate the presentation of awards under the Maya Kamath Memorial International Cartoon Contest 2026. I convey my sincere appreciation to the Indian Institute of Cartoonists for continuing to keep Maya's memory alive through this prestigious international competition. What began as a tribute to her has today grown into a respected global platform that attracts entries from talented cartoonists across the world. This in itself is a fitting tribute to Maya's legacy. Maya Kamath was a pioneer in every sense of the word. At a time when editorial cartooning was overwhelmingly dominated by men, she carved out a unique place for herself through her talent, courage, wit, and relentless commitment to her craft. Her cartoons were insightful, thought-provoking, and humane. She possessed the rare ability to communicate complex social and political realities through a few strokes of the pen, often with humor and always with compassion. Maya was not merely she was a person of immense determination, curiosity, and creativity. Her passion for drawing began in childhood and eventually blossomed into a distinguished career that inspired countless artists, particularly women, to enter a field where role models were few. On a personal note, what continues to fascinate and inspire our family is the immense curiosity with which Maya approached life. While the public knew her as a cartoonist, we knew her as someone with many roles, as a loving partner, a devoted parent, a trusted friend, and a source of encouragement that so many around her. She had a genuine interest in people, their stories, their struggles, and their aspirations. The warmth and depth of those relationships found expression in her cartoons. Behind the humor and sharp observation that characterized her work and was a deep understanding of human nature and a profound empathy for people. Even today, one can see in her cartoons the same warmth, compassion, and curiosity that defined her life. The fact that her work continues to be remembered, discussed, and admired 25 years after her passing is testimony to its enduring relevance. Great art transcends time, and Maya's cartoons continue to speak to new generations. Today's event also honors an outstanding cartoonist, Mr. Shubhani Sheikh, through the presentation of the Barton Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellence in Cartooning. Mr. Subhani has devoted decades to the art of cartooning and has enriched Indian journalism through his incisive observations and artistic excellence. On behalf of Maya Kamath's family, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to him. We are delighted that this year's award recognizes a cartoonist whose contributions have earned admiration both nationally and internationally. I also wish to congratulate all the prize winners and participants in this year's competition. The remarkable response of 1,080 entries from 75 countries demonstrates the continuing vitality of cartooning as an art form and as a powerful medium of social commentary. I'd like to specially acknowledge Mr. Nagnath, who painstakingly printed, catalogued, and organized all the entries for consideration by the jury. His quiet and dedicated efforts contributed significantly not only to the smooth conduct of the judging process, but also to the successful presentation of today's exhibition and program. Thank you, Nagnath. The jury, comprising Mr. Balan Nambiar, Mr. Gurdas Shanai, Ms. Nupur Basu, Mr. Gujarappa, and Ms. Sandhya Kumar, had an extremely challenging task as the cartoons submitted for the competition were of an exceptionally high standard. Selecting the prize winners from among so many outstanding entries was no easy task. I thank them sincerely for undertaking this demanding responsibility and for their invaluable contribution to the success of the competition. The theme of this year's exhibition, Gender Justice and Women's Rights, is particularly appropriate. Cartooning has always played an important role in encouraging debate, challenging stereotypes, and drawing attention to social issues. Maya herself would have appreciated a theme that promotes awareness, equality, and human dignity. As one of the pioneering women in Indian editorial cartooning, She understood both the importance of representation and the need to challenge societal assumptions through art and humor. I would also like to place on record our gratitude to all the volunteers, organizers, and well-wishers whose efforts have made this event possible. Such initiatives require dedication, teamwork, and commitment, and we are deeply appreciative of everything that has been done to sustain and grow this memorial award. I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank Mr. Narendra, who, through his association with the Indian Institute of Cartoonists, has been instrumental in organizing and nurturing this competition for nearly 25 years. Many of us associate this competition with Maya's memory, but it is equally a testament to Mr. Narendra's perseverance and commitment over the years. His dedication, vision, and unwavering commitment have ensured that Maya's memory continues to inspire cartoonists across the globe, and this memorial award remains one of the most respected cartoon competitions of its kind. I thank Lakshmi and Sandeep for responding to our invitation and traveling to Bangalore for this occasion. Lakshmi, through Sparrow, published the wonderful compilation of Maya's cartoons entitled The World of Maya, thereby preserving an important part of our artistic legacy for future generations. Sandeep, incidentally, was the winner of the very first Maya Kamath Memorial Award. It is indeed a privilege to have both of you in our midst today. Without the support of the media, no competition can truly succeed. I thank the members of the media for the excellent publicity given to this competition, which contributed significantly to the tremendous response received from across the world. Before I conclude, I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to the management and staff of the President Hotel for hosting this event. We are grateful for the excellent arrangements, warm hospitality, and support extended to us in making today's function a pleasant and memorable experience. Our thanks also go to the culinary staff for the lunch that will follow, and I hope all our guests will enjoy their hospitality. As we celebrate Maya's life and work today, let us also celebrate the power of creativity, freedom of expression, and the ability of art to bring people together across cultures and borders. In a world that is often divided by language, geography, and ideology, cartoons possess a unique ability to communicate universal truths, provoke reflection, and inspire dialogue. This function would not have been possible without your gracious presence. Thank you all for being there and for helping keep Maya's memory alive through your participation and support. I wish the Indian Institute of Cartoonists continued success in its efforts to promote the art of cartooning, and I wish all the participating artists a bright and creative future. May Maya's legacy continue to inspire artists, cartoonists, and lovers of free expression for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kamath, for that insightful peek into behind the scenes of this award. It is now my absolute privilege to invite our chief guest for today's ceremony, a distinguished voice in the world of sculpture, painting, a dear friend of Maya and of all of us in the family, Mr. Balan Nambiar. Should I? Huh? You want to put the...
Amarnath Kamath, Mr. Narendra, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it is a little bit of emotional because I know Maya Kamath fairly well for nearly many hours. She was my neighbor in Jayamahal, where I live. Apart from that, there were many occasions we, Maya Kamath and myself, were jury to select paintings of children's in different occasions. We used to discuss about the cartoons, we used to discuss about children's paintings, and that activity is which I continue all last of almost half a century. The main characteristic of Maya Kamath's cartoon is clarity of line and sense of humor in her words. That and the composition of a cartoon is the inspiration for budding cartoonists as well as other artists. I cherish those memories and I am happy that I am invited by Amarnath Kamath and Narendra to be present in this occasion. Thanks.
Thank you, Balan. We now move into one of the most anticipated segments of the mornings, recognizing outstanding international and national talent. We begin with the announcement of the Merit Certificate Awards for the 2026 International Maya Kamath Memorial Award Competition. I request Mr. Amarnath Kamath to give the Certificate of Merit to Subhash Chandra Gowda from Karnataka, India. You can sit back. We will be displaying the award-winning cartoons. We make it full screen. I will now announce the other award winners of the Certificate of Merit. From Russia, Nikolai. Juan Gabriel Benavides from Spain. Camila de la Fuente from Mexico. Julio Carrion from Peru. From China, Xiao Qiang Hu. From Turkey, Sur Ali. From Russia again, Alexander Zudin. From Turkey, Fatih. Lastly, from Ukraine, Konstantin Kazanchev. We also have a standee outside displaying all of these excellent cartoons, and I encourage you to take a minute to go through them in each of them in detail. We now move to the podium positions. I'm delighted to announce that the first of our third prize winners, Mr. Suresh Babu, is joining us today from Kerala. I request him to step on stage and request Mr. Amarnath Kamath to felicitate him. Subhash Babu. Mr. Subhash? No. Would you like to say something? No? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Subhash, and congratulations again. We have one more third prize winner. It's Bahram Armajnia from Iran. And since Mr. Bahram could not be with us in person today, we will view his acceptance address over video.
سلام، من بهرام ارجمندی هستم. خبر برنده شدنم در مسابقات مایه کامات رو از طریق جیمیلم متوجه شدم. باید از خانواده محترم مایه کامات تشکر کنم که این مسابقه رو هر ساله و به طور اجازه بدید کمی بیشتر در مورد خودم بگم. من یک هنرمند بین‌المللی هستم. کشور من ایران در جنگ و به دلیل امنیتی حدود 3 ماهه که اینترنت نداریم. شاید درک و باورش برای شما سخت باشه که نمیتونید با دنیا ارتباط برقرار کنید، به خصوص اگر یه هنرمند بین‌المللی باشید. حدود 3 هفته است که فقط میتونم جیمیلم رو چک کنم. من ماه گذشته هم در انگلستان مقام اول رو توی مسابقات کارتون کسب کردم و از طریق اینستاگرام فقط میتونم باهاش ارتباط داشته باشم که متاسفانه به همین دلیل اینستاگرامم رو نمیتونم چک کنم و نمیتونم ارتباط برقرار کنم. به نظر من در طول تاریخ جنگ‌ها به نفع بشریت نبوده. مردم بیگناه سختی‌هاش رو تحمل کردن و متحمل شدن. امیدوارم روزی برسه که هیچ جنگی در دنیا وجود نداشته باشه و همه در صلح زندگی بکنیم. خب این کارتون منه که برای مسابقات مایه کامات فرستادم. معتقدم که زنان در بسیاری از مواقع باهوشتر، قوی‌تر و کارآمدتر از مردان هستند. این یک حقیقته. در این اثر به دقت و با شوخ‌طبعی به این موضوع اشاره کردم. خوشحالم که این موضوع رو انتخاب کردید و موضوع مهمیه. امیدوارم در دوره‌های بعدی هم شرکت بکنم و بتونم این ارتباط رو حفظ کنم. دوستتون دارم و آرزوی بهترین کاری براتون دارم.
Makes us think that cartoon is even more relevant in such times. We now move to the second prize winner is Dendi Heru Cardono from Indonesia.
Hello, I'm Dendi from Indonesia. It's a great honor to be the second prize winner in the International NKMA Cartoon Contest 2026. I hope my work sheds some light upon the challenges faced by working women in balancing career and family. Thank you.
And now the pinnacle of the competitive category, first prize winner goes to Valentin Georgiev from Bulgaria.
Здравейте, приятели от Индия! Изключително бях поласкан от наградата, която получих от вас, от това невероятно жури. Искам да кажа няколко думи за своята работа. Ето, тя е до мен. В работата ми става въпрос за жените, младите жени, които въпреки религиозната си принадлежност се интересуват от външния свят и той ги вълнува. И бягат от забраната, така наречената религиозна забрана, да могат да видят нещо свободно, нещо различно. И за това съм посветил тази карикатура на именно тези жени. Много благодаря на организаторите, много благодаря на всички от журито, членовете и се радвам да участвам отново при вас. Всичко добро желая, поздрави от България, Валентин.
The jury was unanimous in awarding this the first prize. We now move to a deeply significant part of our program, honoring lifetime devotion to the craft. The Barton Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes sustained excellence, courage, and unmatched distinction in the world of cartooning. To introduce this year's award and the visionary framework behind it, I invite Mr. Bharat Mehta to deliver his introductory address.
I feel happy to once again be in your midst as you celebrate cartooning in India. In a small way, Barton's continues to contribute by encouraging this phenomenal form of art that is a rare combination of many skills. The ability to see humor in day-to-day life, to be able to capture the same with a few strokes of the pen, a sense of values that can be projected with drawings to educate the public, and to be able to caricature eminent personalities without hurting their sentiments. My company does this by conferring an award to the cartoonist adjudged the best in the country for his lifetime creations in cartooning. After rigorous scrutiny of the entries, Mr. Narendra and his team have finally shortlisted Mr. Subhan to receive this year's award. It gives me, on behalf of Barton's, great pleasure to present the 2026 award for lifetime contribution in cartooning to Mr. Subhan. With this, we wish you many more honors in days to come. Thank you. Should we give the award?
Please, ma'am, join us on stage. I request Mr. Bharat Mehta to honor him with the prestigious silver plaque, and Mr. Balan Nambiar to drape the ceremonial shawl. And Mr. Narendra to hand over the basket of fruits. Before we invite Before I invite Mr. Subhani Sheikh to give his address, I'd like to read a little about him. Born in August 1961, based in Hyderabad, Mr. Subhani has over 4 decades become one of India's most prolific and courageous political cartoonists. After beginning his career in 1985 with Andhra Bhumi, he joined Deccan Chronicle in 1992 as cartoon editor and has contributed to the Asian Age since 2003. His daily cartoons, sharp, elegantly composed, and rich in detail, have guided millions of readers through nation's political life. Mr. Subhani, I believe you have to your credit over 35,000 cartoons and 15,000 illustrations, plus 6 books. And his work has featured in festivals, catalogues, widely admired across the globe, including a series of travel sketches displayed at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. His honors include the Press Council of India's National Award for Excellence in Journalism 2024, the Yudhveer Award 2010, Cartoon Watch Lifetime Achievement Award 2016, and in 2025, the Bapu Puraskaram, Kirti Puraskaram, and Highbiz Media Legendary Award. For 4 decades of fearless satire, artistic excellence, and steadfast commitment to free expression, now the Barton Lifetime Achievement Award. Mr. Subhani, can I request you to take the stage and share a few words?
Distinguished guests, fellow cartoonists, and friends. Good morning to all of you. I am delighted to be here with you on this wonderful occasion. I feel honored and humbled to receive this year's Barton Lifetime Achievement Award 2026, which in the past has been presented to many eminent personalities. I am grateful to the Indian Institute of Cartoonists, its managing trustee Sri Venkatesh Narendra sir, and Bharat Mehta, CMD of Bartons, and Amarnath Kamath, and the esteemed jury members for selecting me for this prestigious honor. First of all, I would like to congratulate the Indian Institute of Cartoonists in its 25th anniversary. The Institute has been doing remarkable work under the guidance of eminent cartoonists and artists by promoting the art of cartooning in the country. The Institute has been recognizing talented cartoonists, rewarding excellence, preserving cartoons for future generations, and encouraging young and budding artists. Above all, it has helped create awareness and popularize the art of cartooning among the masses. I still remember that in 1997, Maya Kamath was my colleague at the Asian Age, one of the newspaper of the Deccan Chronicle group of publications. During those days, she contributed editorial cartoons on weekdays while I was drawing daily pocket cartoons and 3 caricatures, 1 editorial cartoon on Sundays. Her lines are very simple, but ideas are very powerful. On this occasion, I would like to share a few thoughts on cartoons in the present day, especially in the era where artificial intelligence is ruling the roost. Artificial intelligence is impacting many creative fields such as painting, illustrations, copywriting, music, filmmaking. However, political cartooning is less threatened because it is a deeply personal and intellectual art form shaped by judgment, experience, and social awareness. Cartoonists interpret political events the unique perspective, humor, and symbolism AI cannot fully replicate. While artificial intelligence can imitate styles and patterns, it lacks of emotional depth, cultural understanding, and moral insight. Political cartoons respond quickly to changing realities and reflect social pulse. This immediacy and human sensitivity make political cartooning a distinct and enduring form of expression beyond the reach of artificial intelligence. In this past 40 years, I have witnessed many changes in cartoon journalism. It has undergone a remarkable transformation. Earlier, it was limited to a small group of professional cartoonists and freelancers working in printing media. Today, the field has expanded significantly. Thousands of cartoonists and artists now have platforms to showcase their talent not only through print media but also through digital media. Digital media has greatly expanded to reach the visual storytelling. Beyond journalism, industries such as animation, video gaming, visual effects, and graphic design offer many opportunities for cartoonists. As a result, many young artists prefer these fields over political cartooning. In these industries, work divided among different professionals. However, a political cartoonist must handle every aspect of the job alone. A political cartoonist has to generate ideas, create the artwork, and write a sharp and effective caption. It is a truly a one-man show. Political cartoonists must also produce cartoons every day without fail. They constantly updated on political events and developments and meet strict deadlines. These demands make political cartooning a challenging profession. Consequently, many young artists and cartoonists choose other creative careers instead of political cartooning. I hope that this award to a professional will go a long way in correcting the anomaly. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. Thank you very much, sir.
I've just been happy to announce that fellow cartoonist Mr. Sridhar has a caricature he also wants to present to Mr. Subhani.
And the partner, this one is also there already.
We now move to the very anticipated panel of this morning that is being moderated by journalist, filmmaker, and dear friend of all of us, Nupur Basu. Mike.
Can I ask my panelists to please join me? I will introduce you once you come up. I think you know who they are. Come, Sandeep, Deepa, Lakshmi, if I may ask you to come up. And we have another surprise intruder because one of our panelists fell off. So I've asked my colleague, a former colleague from NDTV, Veer Raghav, to also join. Come, Deepa, come. Lakshmi. I'm hanging on to your book. This is my problem. Do you also take a bookmark? Bring a bookmark. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Ask them. I'll take it. Yeah. Right, thank you. Yeah, I think we need to pause to just take in all the talents that we have seen and what Maya has actually inspired 25 years after she's gone, what she's been able to do internationally, all those entries that you saw from Iran, from Bulgaria, Russia, and of course our own country. Just amazing. And so let's get right into the panel. I thought let's pick something. It's always good to see contemporary realities. How is art flourishing in the present times? You know, as a journalist, that's something that we are always sort of having to cope with. And Maya was, a political cartoonist, a standalone woman in the times where there were very few women who were drawing lines like she was and drawing political lines. In fact, yesterday evening, I was at a friend's place and he's a psychiatrist, and I was with him and his wife after an event, and we were talking about Maya because he knew him and knew her very well. And he said, my favorite cartoon of hers, the political cartoon, was where Lalu Yadav is going to jail. And he's saying to his children who are all standing there, he's saying, fodder going to jail, modder there. So that's Maya for you. You know, she took them on head on, chief minister, prime minister, whoever, standing in a male world. And every now and then we will dip into her genre, what she was doing, what she stood for, and is that craft able to survive today? So I have with me a wonderful panel, and I will introduce them looking at my notes so I don't go wrong. First of all, C.S. Lakshmi, who joins us as the director of Sparrow. And you have this book, which is outside, and I really ask you to take a copy of it because it has she had 4,000 cartoons to her credit. And I think, how many are there? How many cartoons are there in this book? 1,000 of them. So like 1/4 of her work has been chosen and put in there. So on the whole, she has 8,000. 8,000 cartoons. I stand corrected. Okay, I thought it was 4. Yes, we are coming to that. So C.S. Lakshmi, the director of Sparrow, she's flown in from Mumbai to be with us, and called The World of Maya. We'll come to you when. Is that introduction enough? I don't know. Is that all right? We'll talk later. And I will now introduce my other panelist. Sandeep Adhwariyu. Have I got it right? Oh, got it. Okay, because you said nobody ever gets it right. Chief cartoonist of TOI. And he started his career. He's a self-taught, very much like many of us, self-taught journalists, self-taught TV people. He's a self-schooled political cartoonist, and he started his career in the Outlook in 2002, and later moved to India Today, and now he's the chief cartoonist at Times of India. He'll be a very crucial panelist here to tell us what the contemporary climate is like to actually do cartoons. We have Deepa Kamath, who is Maya's daughter, as you know, and who was also a journalist in NDTV. So there are 3 of us here sitting here who are from that stable of NDTV. And she will talk about her beloved mom and also her beliefs and her craft and give us a behind the scenes. You've been quiet for so long. I think your dad has spoken and so has Sandhya, but now we will hear you. And yes, last minute inclusion, we literally pounced on him when we met him at Koshi's, my friend and ex-colleague at NDTV, TM Veer Raghav, a very popular journalist, and you would have seen him covering Vijay non-stop when he came to power in Tamil Nadu. And
amongst all the other cartoons called television anchors.
yes, yes. Okay, we'll come to that later. So these are my 4 panelists, and now let's get straight into the topic. Political cartooning, is it thriving or is it facing pushback? Let's run through this and see how it's doing. And we'll start, should we just start off with Sandeep? Sandeep, will you tell us what the climate is like?
I thought NDTV would be.
No, we don't play favorites here. We don't play favorites. You are our person.
NDTV is probably the epitome of whatever has changed in the country. So I thought you are probably better qualified.
We're all ex-NDTV, so we can speak freely.
Yeah, we are all. By the way, you want to announce it? Veera has just quit NDTV. So yes, we are all ex-NDTV.
I'm talking about the transformation that.
No, you're the only one who has a job to protect. So you be careful.
I will be.
We should start with you.
If I can, give some kind of overview of.
We're there. We'll protect you. Don't worry. Go for it, Sandeep. Tell us every morning, Sandeep.
Yeah.
Every morning when you do your cartoons, what are the thoughts in your mind? Are you self-censoring? And before that, would you like to just show some of your cartoons?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my column, ironically, it's called Lines of No Control. Right. So, so if I can play the next slide. So, this will probably give, some kind of overview or the glimpse of the atmosphere or the climate that's there in the country. So I'll probably start with a disclaimer that this is not necessarily about a particular country. Whatever resemblance is there, it's all, incidental. So we have a system of governance called democracy. Then we have another one called theocracy, in which we have only one pillar, right? In democracy, we have 3 of them, right? And there's one more which has come into work lately. Let's see what's that. So we, both, a blend of both, right? So, but again, this is not about us, right? To be on the safe side. So, yeah. Next one. So, yeah, this is probably what is happening these days. No jobs. You're a Pakistani, and then problems are there in CBSE examination system. You're a Pakistani, right? There's no free speech. You're a Pakistani, but now the government is concerned. We are running fast out of India, right? So, next one, please. Sir, but it's wrong to say that we don't have free speech or we don't have secularism. It's still there. Do we still have secularism? Of course, just like we have unbiased media and independent election commission. So, it's wrong to say that we don't have independent institutions. They're thriving. So these are 3 monkeys, Gandhiji's 3 monkeys. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. But there's a 4th one. Next one. Fear no evil. So this is the unwise monkey, right? There's only one unwise monkey in the lot. So again, Bollywood turns full circle. Silent cinema, 1913.
Sandeep, hold the mic closer to you.
Yeah. Then we had talkies 2004 to 2014. There was costly fuel, there was jokes on costly fuel, falling rupee, and then corruption. And again, it's a full circle. Now we have silent cinema again since 2014. So this is theory of evolution, survival of fittest. It was then, but now Darwin would like to change it. So, so again, it's about the same theory. Survival of fittest, theory of evolution was removed from NCERT books. So don't worry, only the theory is removed, right? Not practice. So this is the last one. His name is Shakespeare, right? So.
Thank you, Sandeep. Sandeep, do you keep your resignation letter ready every day? Do you keep your resignation letter?
No, I don't. We have all the freedom to do all the cartoons on opposition, Nehru, right? So where's the problem? We can criticize. Who says that you don't have freedom, right? We have.
Have you done one on cockroaches?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Lakshmi, I move to you. To all of you again. Like, do you think that when you you went through her craft, you went through her cartoons, did you ever feel that Maya, held back her punches?
Where Maya is concerned, I don't think that she held back her punches at all. And before I did the book and got all her cartoons, I was an ardent follower of Maya's cartoons. And the general feeling is that after 2014, there is no kind of freedom of speech, and people are not able to do what they want. And a lot of it is true. But I feel that this kind of not accepting political cartoons has been there for a long time, not just in the governments, but among people. Can you show those cartoons? I'm talking about the time when that's my archives. And please go on. I don't have to explain. Now, this is the exhibition we did of Maya Kamath. And we didn't have it like cartoons on this thing, but we created balloons and of different shapes. And then like a rocket, and for political cartoons, we did a chair. And I must say that cartoon exhibition was very well received. Generally, everybody said it was a wonderful idea, and the book was a wonderful idea. And later on, when I used to go to colleges and universities and give a talk on Maya Kamath's cartoons, and talking of the time immediately after I brought up the book 2005, let's say 2005 to 2010, when I went to various universities, I'm showing Maya Kamath's cartoons. Up chalte rahiye. Now, when I showed these kind of cartoons, everybody enjoyed it. I said, yeah, women matter. And that this is a nice cartoon and things like that. But when I continued with it, because Maya has so much emphasis on this men and women thing and how women are oppressed and upsheltering. And when it went on, somebody in the audience would get up and say that, isn't this a bit too much? Aren't you overdoing it? I said, I'm not doing it. It's Maya Kamath. She wanted to do all that, and I agree with her. And like this is like the abortion, it was a much discussed thing in the women's movement at the time. And also the amniocentesis and other things. Maya Kamath was spot on amniocentesis. She would say that the women going to the sweet shop have been told that they are getting boys. The others going to the abortion clinic have been told they are getting girl babies. So she was spot on. And it did go very well with some people. They said that it was jada hi ho raha hai. They said. And also, at entire Sati issue, when this girl in Rajasthan, she was burnt with her husband. They always said that it's a harmless case. It's not Sati, it's only murder, But it's not Sati. And they would differentiate like that. And she constantly emphasized this thing about women working at home, a fast person.
It's amazing, isn't it, Lakshmi, how contemporary every one of her cartoons is,
And I'll just emphasize one thing. After Agate, okay. Now, you have this cartoon where do you believe in the two-nation theory? And the woman in Parda, she says us and men. And it is these two women talking, And then there were some murmurs among the students. And they said that even if Maya Kamath has drawn it, you shouldn't have brought it. The objection is, they said that it is like all women feel this way, but Muslim women don't think like that. That this is not generally the feeling of Muslim women, and she should not have included. And I don't know if she faced it in a lifetime, but every time I showed it, somebody told me, why did you bring this? So there were always divisions among the audience. Or Agachai. And this one, where is freedom for Kashmiri people, but not for women, because women will remain in Parda. This also, whenever it came to a question of a minority problem, they said that she shouldn't have drawn it. And then they said that we should not have included it in the book. So this kind of thing has not come with a specific government or anything. These kind of divisive feelings have been there among the people. And I feel that it only got emphasized to a certain extent. I've been having this experience for a long time. So I think that we should also consider that people have started thinking in these ways.
Yes, I think absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
Lakshmi.
Yeah.
As a society, we are complicit.
Yeah.
If this is the turning point where we are standing now, this is,
Yeah.
and I think Maya would have been very uncomfortable in these times. And of course, I think her lines would have flourished
Yeah.
to critique this. As far as press freedom goes, I must share one with you where she was spot on, as you said. She was always spot
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
She was spot on about press, about oppression of the press, even in her times, you know. And of course, remember that there was already the legacy of emergency, which had gone ahead in 75, where they were putting up. And I'm so sorry.
Don't
I've turned
ever
the
do
page.
that.
I'm so sorry. I'll take your book marks. Yeah, forgive me. No, where cartoons, each cartoon had to be censored before, but that apparently that phase, according to Abu Ibrahim, lasted for a very short while. But Maya's craft started post-emergency years. But yeah, so I just want to read out this cartoon where she says, there's this guy reading a newspaper and it says Rajiv Zail correspondence. And he says, they're saying there are two politicians who are sitting there and they're saying, really, the press in the country is getting out of hand. It's tearing apart. It's tearing apart in a large-scale conspiracy aimed at revealing the truth. They're sort of determined to reveal the truth, and obviously the suggestion is that how can we prevent them from doing that? Did you find Maya when she was drawing? You were a little girl then. Were there dilemmas that she went into? Did she at that time ever say that, do you think I could write this? Would somebody object?
I need to preface my answer by saying that for her whole life, I didn't see my mother as a political cartoonist or a cartoonist. I just saw her as a mother.
Of course.
So many of these aspects are reflections I've done after her death and as an adult, reflecting on the choices that she made in her absence, in a sense. I think it's interesting that we discussed emergency because I think that was a seminal moment in her own formation. I feel like there's a weird sound coming out of this.
Can we cut out that?
No, I think that's because your mic is interfering with that.
Oh, come closer to
Just push that mic up.
and just come closer.
And so I point this out because to this day, and I'm now 51, so I'm older than she ever was, which was an interesting moment for me. And I live now in Houston.
I don't know if it's the proximity.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Can I give you?
And to this day, if I am talking about something even vaguely controversial, I look over my shoulder to see who is listening. And I point this out because I remember being very young during emergency, and there was this feeling in the air of if you were saying anything vaguely critical, that you had to be aware of who was in your presence. And I think I remember the experience of my parents looking over their shoulders to see who could hear. And I feel like she was young then, and I feel like that informed a whole generation of human beings and journalists. And so I've always wondered about this idea of self-censorship, of there are various levels of censorship, but we're trained as a generation to stop before you even say it out aloud. And so I do think to some extent that informed her work, and possibly over the years she grew out of it as she came into her own as a cartoonist. But I do think she was also always aware that there was an editor that had to then publish it. And so in the book, we discuss the idea of a cartoonist being sort of vulnerable, because eventually there was someone else who decided whether your work got to be disseminated or not. And so I think there was the awareness of that as well. And several.
Did she ever talk about an editor who was sort of saying, no, this is not on? Did she?
I don't think it was
Maybe your
specific-
dad would know that, but
I think my
since
dad
you're
would
on the
know that.
panel-
Yeah, I'm as a daughter.
As a daughter.
But I do think that she confided in me the moments of frustration where cartoons were actually actively held back for potential, like, you know, because we also have created such a sensitive society where people are outraged
very
for and becoming more and more so, as you said. And so anyone who wants to be a truth teller is making themselves very vulnerable in that sense.
Yes,
Our society doesn't want truth tellers because they're inconvenient.
and thereby also censoring themselves, and journalists moving out of workplaces and becoming independent cartoonists to becoming independent journalists. I hope Sandeep doesn't lose his job after this panel, but we are there to protect you. You can just join our tribe of independent journalists who speak anyway. We don't care. Let's now. I think it's becoming a bit heavy. One thing that cartoonists have always taught us, that it's important to have humor. And we need to go through life with a certain degree of humor every day. I mean, that's one piece in the newspaper that brings a smile to your face. So let me try and bring some smiles back in the room. Everyone's become very somber here. Let's go to Veera, who saw Vijay coming to power, unexpected. No journalist predicted coming into power. Was there a cartoon which you saw of Vijay that was interesting after he came to power, or just before, as the counting was going on?
There were many interesting cartoons. But I think the biggest joke was on the journalists and others.
Is that working?
Yeah, now I think that's not. Yeah, now you take that back.
There were many interesting cartoons, Nupur. In fact, Tamil press has a fascinating history of some fascinating cartoons, right? The regional press, Ananda Vikatan and others, they all came up with cartoons. But I think the big joke was on the journalists ourselves, right? Nobody predicted that result. And I think there was one which was very nice that came out in the Daily Mirror in Sri Lanka, which was very good. And there was one in Dainik Bhaskar as well, which came out but nothing.
Can you tell us a little bit about the content? What was it? The Sri
So
Lanka one?
the Sri Lanka one was about this guy with a dhoti breaking through all of South India and coming out, and one by Satish Acharya in Dainik Bhaskar, right? Which was Fata Poster Se Nikla Hero. But there was no great political messaging, nothing that really touched you with some kind of huge political message, right? Largely political cartoons aren't just about the caricature. It's about sending across that very strong political message in that one thing. So nothing that's really struck like that in that sense.
Yeah. Also, Veera, I think, Tamil Nadu politicians have been very, very sort of prickly, I think, even about any kind of lampooning of them. If I remember, do you remember any Jayalalitha stories where she was not too happy with a cartoon that was put out, or something like that? Anything from, or even a DMK Supremo?
No, there was many stories. You remember the story of Ananda Vikatan in 1987 when they came up with a cartoon which said, who's an MLA, who's a minister in the assembly? And the reply is that the one who looks like a pickpocket is the MLA, the one who looks like a dacoit is the minister. So, and it led to a 3-month jail term. I mean, there was a defamation case that was moved. This was in MGR era, 1987, towards the end. So there have been cartoons which Karunanidhi has had problems with. Fortunately, he didn't file defamation cases because he was an editor himself at some level. But Jayalalitha had several cartoons, and she was a very caricaturable character as well, right? So I think there was a lot of unfairness as well in the way she was treated, but then she had filed several defamation cases. Interestingly, Traffic Ramaswamy filed a defamation case against Namade MGR and Jayalalitha for putting a cartoon on him. He was one of those activists who she had targeted. So interesting sort of, exchanges.
Right. I have a theory about the emergency years that very quickly, before it was lifted on print, on cartoons, the pre-censorship was lifted. Because I feel that Mrs. Gandhi started missing the cartoons about her. Because at the end of the day, it's like they say, 1,000 words tell, a picture tells 1,000 stories. A cartoon is actually an encapsulation of everything that you're going to read in the paper. In a sense, it's sort of picking that spirit up. So I have a question, and I've been thinking about this before the panel. And let me come to you straight away, because you are closer to any Gen Z sitting here and this. You just told us your age, but so I will lean on that. Do you think that in a sense these memes are replacing cartoons? Because now we live in the age of memes, right? Every day you will get it on your WhatsApp, and so in a sense I've sort of wondered if it's sort of replacing. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if this is working. So I think that it feels like in the world we live in, something has to go viral for it to be considered significant anymore. So all forms of streaming or television are trying to create like those sound bites or moments that can then be more widely disseminated, and that's what earns recognition. And so perhaps the cartoon was actually like one of the first memes before memes were invented. But
So you stood the argument on its head and said cartoons were the first.
yeah, they were the first memes in a sense. But what's happened with memes as we see them today is that it's democratized humor. It's democratized who can create things that are seen by wide audiences. You don't need a publisher anymore to decide whether your work gets to be seen or not. And in that sense, I feel like it's opened it up to more voices.
And it also escapes, in a sense, the kind of formal censorship. I'm not sure. Yeah, Veera,
No,
you're
so
ready to go.
You know,
Yeah.
the point, the memes that she's talking about, I think what's happening is twofold, right? One is the mainstream media is facing a situation where you're extremely conscious about what kind of reaction is going to come out. On the other hand, you have this digital space where anyone can go about saying anything that's there. Now, what I think is that, some of the great cartoonists weren't just offensive, they were provocative in terms of thought. Sometimes being offensive for the sake of being viral is not necessarily great cartoon. It might go viral, but it doesn't provoke thought. And I think some of the greatest cartoons that, is just one word, right? It fits best for the social media universe because you don't need much time. You see that cartoon and it inspires thought. And somewhere, I think that may be getting sort of buried in the large crowd of memes and opinions that's coming out and not an insight. And I think that's possibly, and that's where the mainstream media is important. And I believe genuinely, I don't know if you will admit it, but I'm sure it's the truth, that everyone's a little conscious of certain powerful political personalities on how they are represented. You can make fun up to point X, but beyond that, you can't. And that's the sense that one gets, at least, in, let's say, So Sorry in India Today, which comes out. Like, okay, certain people are okay with being made fun of, but some people aren't. And when they are not okay with being made fun of, don't make fun of them because you'll have a pushback.
Well, that was not the case too long ago, maybe 10 years ago. That was not the case. We didn't have to probably think that much about who to draw and who not to draw. And as far as provocation is concerned, that's the legitimate objective of cartooning. That's what I firmly believe. Provocation to me would mean provoking people into thinking, not into violence. So that's the legitimate objective. By violence, I would mean like the Danish cartoonist. I'm not okay with that kind of cartooning, right? And talking about memes and all, before in pre-meme era, cartooning or cartoonists or cartoons were the prime attention getters, right? So once this digital revolution, came in, it ceased to be the prime attention getter, and also the cartoonists, they used to be celebrities. Now this is no more the case, right? And a powerful cartoon political cartoon would always have some layers. There will always be a subtext to it, which may not be the case with memes. You scratch the surface, there's nothing beneath the memes, which is not the case with political cartoon, an ideal political, powerful editorial cartooning. There'll be so many layers to it, right? And it's not it's not entertainment. Political cartooning, it's not entertainment. It's not a joke. It's much beyond that. It's a comment, which may not necessarily the case with the meme culture. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
There's no problem. And also, it has, democratized the platform to large extent. You don't have to have that, drawing skill to be a cartoonist these days. You can forget now things have moved much beyond memes. You can do AI generated cartoons also if you have ideas,
That's
right?
what
So
Mr.
that thing is
Subani
also
talked
there.
about in
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
address.
So
Yeah,
that thing
yeah.
is also
No,
there.
but
So-
offense is so easily taken, just coming away from memes again and coming back to cartooning itself. Recently, our Modi took a big offense to this Norwegian cartoon, which showed him as a snake charmer and playing like a Pied Piper. But that Pied Piper image has been done to death on so many politicians and nobody's reacted. But we've suddenly become so prickly, so sensitive, and especially for foreign media. So India is losing its humor. And but one thing we realized while going through 1058 cartoons, of which we had to choose only 3 prize winners and 10 merit holders, it was an immense task. And one thing we found there is the personal has become political. I mean, the topic was such that gender justice. And we were so amazed to see how many cartoonists, and largely they were men, were talking about the Afghanistan crisis, the Taliban. I mean, the first prize winner you would have seen, the little girl hiding behind her mother's burqa and studying. And we had many such cartoons like that. So I wanted to go to Deepa because we were talking about this, how the personal was so political for Maya.
And I think, and it really helped that Lakshmi showed those cartoons. I mean, my mother was essentially a feminist, and I think understood in just a visceral way from being a woman that the personal is political, that politics isn't just about what's happening in the government, it's about what's happening in your home and in your vicinity. And I think because she worked out of home, she drew her cartoons at our dining table, not at some fancy easel in an office space. I think her work reflected that idea very, very strongly. And you see that in her transition. I mean, she started off making family strips and then really grew into a current affairs political cartoonist. But that idea, I think she carried along with her through all of her work in all of its many avatars. So I think she understood it just very deeply from lived experience.
Thank you so much. Personal is political, Lakshmi.
Personal is political, but when we were growing up, we used to look forward to the Tamil magazine Tughlaq cartoons because we loved Joe the way he. And again, he didn't do it as a joke. He provoked you to think, so we look forward to that. But now what has happened is very personal things now. They make it like, there is this humorous character in Tamil films called Vadivelu. So they make these reels called Vadivelu jokes. They're very flat and bad jokes, Many of them are anti-women, And they don't provoke you anyway. They're offensive. They're really
misogynistic.
offensive. So
Extremely.
when you say personal is political, it doesn't mean that everything that is happening in your life is political. It is political. But the way you present it should also be political. It should not be offensive, But now the whole thing has become very offensive. So I don't think that is cartooning. I don't think that is really provoking somebody to think. So it is provoking somebody to get angry. So I feel that the cartoons we grew up with, that doesn't exist anymore, except in a few cartoonists whom I still admire. But sometimes I fear that memes and reels will take over cartoons. And
Don't say that. No. Formal cartooning has to remain. They have to be in the pages of legacy
but
media.
how many young people are going to take up cartoons? That I'm worried about.
1,058 entries were there, madam. And many of them were from India. Except we did feel, and I will confess, that we felt that the Indian cartoonists were probably self-censoring. And that's why you don't see as many of them coming on the winning board.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
this is just
awful,
something, it is not meant to discourage them, because the whole idea also of a panel like this is to say, hey folks, come on, everybody has to speak out. We cannot be gagged like this by whichever government that comes and passes through. There was a saying we used to say to politicians, you people are the Ayaram and Gayaram, and we are there forever. So don't you mess with us. But now, the other day, when I was repeating this to someone, he turned around and said, you people have become the Ayarams and Gayarams. And that's true. We're all out of the system. So, but anyway, coming back to positive, we must have the legacy media fighting and also having, in fact, of late, there was this Hasna Mana Hai. Wire had put out a little cartoon strip. It was a video. And the government, the IT department said, IT, when I say it means information technology, they swooped down on it and said it has to be taken off. But the Wire, which has, God knows, some 40 cases against it, stayed firm and continued to run it. I mean, the thing said, Hasna Manae. That's how innocent it was. Reactions to how takedowns are happening.
No, just to make this point, I think great cartoons were a consequence of great journalism, right? It was a consequence of deep thinking and then coming up with a point. Now, takedowns will happen, but I think takedowns have also become less effective because of the digital presence. So as long as there is deep thought, and if you genuinely the problem with independent journalism is it doesn't pay a salary. So that's where the problem comes, right? But when it comes to that expression, as long as that deep thought comes up and there is a deep provocation in terms, for instance, whether it is the cockroach party, I mean, you can see the cockroach as a cartoon, right? Ultimately, it's a product of that deep thought. The question is inspiring.
Product of satire. It
That's right.
started as a satirical comment.
That's right.
It became like 222 million supporting, yeah.
So takedowns have been a history, right? Takedowns have been historic. While when people say X, Y, Z, it may be worse now. It could have been lesser earlier. You pointed out to Tamil Nadu, there was a time when Jayalalitha did have a lot of issues that was down there, that was faced, and I'm sure that everywhere there is questions. The systemic taking over of mainstream media, I don't know if it was ever as powerful as it is right now. There has been a systemic takeover of the mainstream media, but that does not mean that you don't have the space for expressing intelligent, provocative thought through a cartoon, which is not offensive. When you make that thought, that will be interesting. So
I know that's not local to India, but I feel like a significant moment recently was in the United States. The cancellation of Stephen Colbert's show by CBS, to me, was a very significant moment. And I think that in the societies that we're living in, where the news has become so hard to consume, people have been turning to humorists because I used to watch Colbert to get my news because I couldn't read the newspaper anymore for my own mental health. And I think humorists started being seen as a threat in a much more significant way than before, because it was happening on such a large scale that they had become the source of news. They had become the mainstream. And so that was, to me, a significant moment when his show, which was a widely successful show, was cancelled. And it scared me.
It's funny, you talk about US. The fact is that, no, I won't even begin there, but just to leave you with a comment on that Trump is famous for making memes on himself. The last one was unintentional. Yes. Sandeep. And I'm being told that we have to wind down now, so maybe with your final comments. Yeah.
Keep it short.
No.
So, a republic of hurt sentiments. That's a given, right?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Please
a
speak
republic,
into the microphone.
republic of hurt sentiments, right?
Hurt sentiment.
Yeah, hurt sentiments, right? So it's a binary. Either you are with us or against us. So that's the kind of atmosphere, George Bushism, with us or against us kind of binary atmosphere. Binary in every other way also, right? And I also have a theory on that, satire, humor is also a kind of deadly virus, right? It's very difficult to suppress it. It keeps mutating. It'll keep adapting. You cannot invent a vaccine for satire or humor. It'll find its way, right? So the ones who are thinking in terms of making a vaccine or to suppress satire, and you trust me, there is already a beginning. If you look around on Twitter or on Facebook or Instagram, there's a tsunami of memes and cartoons and stand-up comedians doing some this Shake Her Tonight and all this. I see a sudden surge of such satirical pieces all around, and this is only going to go up because it's simmering. You can't keep it suppressed for too long.
Thanks so much from that. We are going to end it with this. There is no virus. There is no virus for satire, and copyrighted to Sandeep here. There's no vaccine. Sorry. There's no vaccine for the virus, which they see as a virus, which is satire. It is there. It is a virus. Okay. I stand corrected on many fronts. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your patient listening to our conversation. And in remembrance of Maya, let cartoonists thrive.
Big fan of your baritone voice and content too.
Thank you, Nupur, Deepa, Sandeep, Veer Raghava, and Lakshmi. I invite Nandan to give the final vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Won't keep you more than a few minutes, but we do have some things we'd like to conclude with. So as we come to the end of today's program, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of both the Indian Institute of Cartoonists as well as the Kamath family. Now, a vote of thanks is always quite a tricky assignment. You have to thank everyone, forget no one, and keep it short at the same time. And people are waiting for lunch, so you have to stand between them and lunch. So I'll do my best, and if I miss anyone, please assume it was entirely unintentional. This is the type of thing that happens when you write the script while watching the FIFA World Cup. Before I go any further, I should thank my father, Amarnath Kamath, for having already done. It's not what you're clapping for, it's for having done my job already by thanking everyone right at the start. In that sense, he has made my life easier this afternoon, which, come to think of it, is something. So parents do the heavy lifting for us, make the path a little smoother, and then let us stand here and take the microphone. So a big thanks to him, not just for today, but for that as well. And since we are here celebrating my mother, I should also say this. While my mother produced many wonderful cartoons in her lifetime, and you saw many of them today, my friends and I have always believed that I am probably her best cartoon. And my sister doesn't seem to object either, and certainly not my kids. So my daughter Yamini, who was part of the video, she just makes a face every time I make any joke, pretends that it's the worst joke in history. And then the next day, she's going and telling all of her friends at school the joke. So, but you did a good job with the video, Yamini. Maybe I'm not her finest line work, but certainly one of her best creations. Moderation, yeah. I will thank our guests and contributors in groups. This is the serious part, okay? Especially those who have played more than one role today. First, a big thank you to Mr. Balan Nambiar. Balan, you have contributed today both as a member of the jury and as our chief guest. Your remarks were thoughtful and timely. And personally, it's a great pleasure to have Balan as someone guiding both our kids' art journeys as well. It is so comforting to know that someone who knew my mother and loved my mother is guiding them on their journeys as well. So I'd request, is Mr. Gujarappa here with us? Not here. Mr. Narendra, if you could please step forward, and Mr. Kamath, and hand over a small token of thanks to Mr. Balan Nambiar, our chief guest for today. Mr. Narendra, please join on stage. Just a small token for Mr. Balan Nambiar. I would also like to thank Mr. Bharat Mehta. Mr. Mehta, thank you for your support through Barton, for your reflections today, and for presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Subani. Your presence means a great deal to this event and to all of us. I'll request Mr. Narendra and Mr. Kamath again to hand over a small token to Mr. Bharat Mehta. No, it's okay. Now, it's a personal thank you, as I said, to my dad. His efforts have been central to this initiative for many years. 15 years of cartoon competitions is not a small thing. And this has been a significant part of keeping our mother's legacy to cartoonists around the world alive. But all of this would not have been possible without the amazing support of Mr. V.G. Narendra. I request my father, Mr. Narendra, to hand over a small note of appreciation. Sorry, my father, Mr. Amarnath Kamath, to hand over a small, you have a... Come, Mr. Narendra. Just... You don't... Yeah, the end will be. You want to give now? Yeah. Print up, of course, that is the fun.
As I was saying, Mr. Narendra has been a constant source of support to me in organizing the Maya Kamath Memorial competition year after year. And, I've never compensated him for anything. I've just, been taking his services for granted. And he has been also doing it without any expectation of anything. So I thought on this special occasion, I should make at least a small token contribution for his support. And I thought I'll give him a small purse of 50,000 rupees so that, all that doesn't cover all the support that he has given. But I think that in a small way, I want to compensate Mr. Narendra for that. Thank you, Mr. Narendra.
Thank you, Mr. Amarnath Kamath. I'm honored for this big gift for
So and I think Mr. Sridhar wants to give a small token to my dad.
Sri Kamath for the excellent day today. It's my click.
I know he does it every time for me. Thank you, and I appreciate. Yeah. No, and he has known me not because of the Cartoonist Association. He has been knowing me from the time he was in SBI. Thank you.
I just want to clarify there are no challenges on paternity either, not maternity or paternity. So, let me now thank the people who shaped today's discussion and helped judge this year's entries. First, Ms. Nupur Basu. Nupur, thank you for serving on the jury and for moderating the panel. Moderating, I'm not sure is the right term. It's never easy to moderate, but everyone has something important to say, and everyone is usually right in their own way, and you were too. You held the conversation together with clarity and warmth. Thank you, Nupur. To Dr. C.S. Lakshmi, thank you for your work with Sparrow and for reminding us why archives matter. Stories, especially women's stories, do not preserve themselves, and they need people like you who care enough to protect them. So I request my sister Deepa to come up and hand over tokens of appreciation to Nupur and Dr. Lakshmi. Come. Yeah, so maybe Dr. Lakshmi. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it. Give it to Lakshmi. Come, Dr. Lakshmi. Huh? No, it's fine. It's fine. I'd like to thank Sandeep and Mr. Veera Raghav also for joining us and bringing your perspectives to the panel, and also my sister Deepa. She also has a very interesting introduction to the book. The book is available outside for purchase if you'd like. And we are able to, through all of your participation, keep this legacy going. And that is also a big thanks to everyone in the the Indian Institute of Cartoonists who has made this possible. Our jury members, and also our fabulous MC for the day, Sandhya, my wife, who also edited the film which had featured our daughter Yamini. So the jury was not an easy one, and I think it was led by Balan. There was Sandhya, there was Mr. Gujarappa, Nupur, and Mr. Nagnath. So wonderful effort. It's not a Gurdas and I as well. We're not easy to bring 1,000 cartoons down to a few, even though we know what the number one cartoon always remains, which is me. And thank you to the entire institute, but also Mr. Narendra, Managing Trustee of the Indian Institute of Cartoonists, and your entire team that has made this possible year after year. Events like these look smooth only because a lot of people have worked very hard behind the scenes. So thank you for the planning, coordination, all the crisis management that is inevitable in a good event. Thank you also to Nagnath and team for the AV support, and to our friends in the media and to the staff at Hotel President for their hospitality. As we close, I invite all of you to join us for lunch and conversation right outside the hall. And please do visit the exhibition at the Cartoon Gallery at the Indian Institute of Cartoonists on MG Road. There's an exhibition of Maya Kamath's cartoons. It's a lovely way to continue today's celebration of the legacy and of the art form she cared about so much. Thank you all for being here. You've made it a very special morning and afternoon. It's a lovely way to celebrate, commemorate, and also take forward all of the beautiful work that all of you do and towards making a better world for all of us. Thank you, and enjoy your lunch as well.